I used to always put myself last when it came to situations, and I've just learned over the years, like, no, I'm putting myself first. I have to make sure I'm good before I make sure you're good. Hi guys, it's Krystal here, and today we are back with another. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, welcome. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn your post notification bell on so you don't miss out on any videos that I upload. Make sure you leave me a comment down below so I can show you guys some love. So I can show you some love back, because we are all about positivity on this channel, okay? Period. Also, if you have not already followed me on Instagram, make sure you follow me at Killa Kryss. And be sure to record a clip of this video so that I know you're watching and supporting, and I will repost you on my story. Just do not forget to tag me. Alright, so let's just get into this video. As you guys can see by the title, we are going to be talking about 10 things that I wish I knew when I was younger. This video idea kind of came to me yesterday, and I was like, that would be such a dope video. I was just thinking about all the mistakes that I've made throughout life, and just all the things that I kind of wish I had in my back pocket to remind me and just to warn me ahead of time before I had made some of the mistakes that I had made in my life.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
So I'm gonna go through 10 different things that I personally wish that I knew when I was younger. The first thing I wish I knew is to lead with love. I know it sounds really cliche, and I know that this is probably something you hear all the time, but leading with love is it's just such a selfless thing to do. It's free, you know what I mean? I feel like back then I was angry at a lot of people. I blamed a lot of people for a lot of things, and I judged a lot too. Like, I was very judgmental. I was just in a headspace that I'm completely not in now. I think what really changed it for me was like really getting to know God and really just getting to know myself through Him. I think that really transformed a lot for me. I just started to not judge, as much or at all, really. Like, anything, like, even on social media, sometimes I find myself like judging people, and I'm like, this is not my place and this is not my job. Like, God is the only one that can judge anyone, and you have no right to judge anyone because you don't know their story, you don't know what happened for them to do what they did, you don't know any of the details, any of the things that happen behind closed doors, so you have no authority and no right to judge anyone. I feel like just leading with love and compassion, and even in my relationships that I have with my life now, like, I make sure that I check on people. Like, I make sure that it's not a one-sided relationship. I'm always there for people who are always going to be there for me, and just making sure that I'm being compassionate and understanding people's situation and being empathetic is such an important thing as well. Putting yourself in other people's shoes and just understanding, like, sometimes people don't have things figured out. Sometimes someone might lash out on you, and it doesn't mean that they don't love you. It doesn't mean that they don't care about you. But you just have to find that balance to where it's like, okay, let me approach this person with compassion versus anger, or let me approach this person with love versus, being upset or trying to go tit for tat and trying to give them what they gave me. Maybe instead of fighting a negative with a negative, I'm going to fight that negative with a positive, so that hopefully they can in turn become that positive person that I know they can be. You know what I mean? So that is like the number one thing for me. I think that I do that throughout life, and I do that with just anything that I do. Like, I just try to lead with love and compassion, because you never know who needs it. Number 2, stop caring about what other people think. Okay? Stop caring about what other people think. It does not matter, especially about you. Like, growing up, I was actually talking to someone about this today, but when I first came from when I first came from Jamaica and I moved here, I was bullied a lot in school as well, and I hated it. And this is like, it's been such a struggle for me to regain my accent back sometimes. Like, I wish this is how I just spoke on a regular. Moving to America, I realized that I was trying to make other people feel comfortable with my accent, and my accent is not something that I should have to like change to make other people comfortable. I would say like I cared so much about what other people was thinking of me that I decided that I was gonna learn American, which is fine, which I was gonna learn how to speak like an American. I wish that I learned how to speak that and still kept my accent. That's just an example. Also, just making sure like the decisions that you make in life, you're not making every decision that you make in life based off of someone else's opinion, because it doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think, and only what you think at the end of the day. Don't care what people think about you. Like, what people think about you is honestly a reflection of themselves. Granted, you know, people are gonna give you advice and people are gonna critique you and do all of that, but it's not for you to take and run with it. Hi, Zoe. Zoe's trying to come in here. Hi, Mama. You want to come up here? You want to come say hi? Joey Johnny, say hi. Say hi, Joey. Say hi, Mama. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. How are you? How are you? Did you just eat? Yeah? You just ate your food? How was it? Was it good? Was it good? I know it was, because I give you good food. I give you fresh food. I don't give you kibble. No more. No more kibble. Zoe got her teeth taken out, by the way, so she can only eat soft food right now, and I've been feeding her like really like bougie food. Like, I think it's called Fresh Pet. I get the one from Target, the one that's inside of the refrigerator. Like, who does she think she is? But you deserve it, Mama. You deserve it, because you're my baby and I want the best for you. I do. I want the best for you. I love you. Alright, I gotta go. Stop caring about what other people think, because what other people think don't matter. It don't pay your bills. And that's just it. Listen, I remember this quote: people's perception of you is a reflection of themselves. Period. You gotta take what people say with a grain of salt. A lot of people say things out of anger. A lot of people say things out of jealousy, envy, and all that. Like, you gotta just make sure like you actually trust the person that you are getting this advice from, and you trust the person that you're getting this critique from before you decide that you want to change something, or before you decide that you are this person, or you are this, or you are that. Like, no. I went to college to be a political science major, right? Because I wanted to be a lawyer. Granted, I probably could have been an amazing lawyer. I also knew that in my heart and in my soul, I had a passion. My passion was to make people feel good. That's what I've realized over the years. But at the time, I thought my passion was makeup. I thought my passion was art. And I do still believe that it is. I believe that I have a lot of different talents that I haven't even tapped into yet. But the first one that I really tapped into was makeup. And I started my YouTube channel in 2015. Y'all can go back and see old videos of me doing makeup or whatever, but those videos are horrible because my makeup looked like crap. I knew that I had a passion, and I knew that I wanted to just make people feel good. I love making people look pretty, and I loved whenever I did clients how when they got out of my chair, they would just feel like 10 times better. Their confidence would go all the way up. And obviously, granted, like, you know, what's on the outside is not everything, but when you see like the faces of these people who sat in my chair after they got their makeup done, and just like how elated and how happy and how like beautiful they felt, that's what I realized I loved. So I realized that that was my passion. My passion wasn't just makeup, but it was just to make people feel as beautiful, as motivated, as powerful, as empowered as I could possibly make them feel, because that is such a selfless thing. It's free. Like I said in the beginning, leading with love and leading with compassion, it's free. So why not do it? Okay, so number 3, don't take things personally, boo. Don't do it. Growing up, I took a lot of things personally. I like going back to people giving you opinions, and you know, people critiquing you and all that, like people not liking me when I was going to school for whatever reason. I took a lot of things personally, and that caused me to create insecurities within myself based off of someone else's insecurities that they were projecting on me. I realized later on that it was affecting me in a negative way, and I stopped. What really opened up my eyes to not taking things personal, I read this book called The 4 Agreements. I'm gonna leave it here. If you haven't read The 4 Agreements, you should read it. Every time I found myself almost about to take something personal that somebody said, I nip it in the bud right then and there. Like, I don't play that no more. If I feel like somebody's throwing a little shade at me, I nip it in the bud right then and there. I don't wait. Because I'm not about to sit with it, go home and ponder on it to think like,
was she really talking about me? Was he really trying to say?
Like, I ain't doing that no more. Like, that's dead. I don't take anything personal, and I think that is such a key to a happy life, because you grow to realize that a lot of things that people do and a lot of things that people say is really just a reflection of who they are and not a reflection of yourself. Okay, so number 4, check in with yourself first. I realized that I sometimes can forget that I have to take care of myself. And what I mean by checking in with yourself is just being self-aware of what's going on in your life and making sure that you're good before you make sure other people are good. It's very selfish in a way, but listen, man, you gotta be selfish sometimes, and that's okay. Especially when it comes to your mental health, especially when it comes to your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health. Your health overall is more important than making somebody else happy and making sure that someone else is good. You gotta make sure that you're good first. And I used to always put myself last when it came to situations, and I've just learned over the years, like, no, I'm putting myself first. I have to make sure I'm good before I make sure you're good. I gotta make sure that my cup is filled up before I can pour. First of all, I gotta make sure my cup is overflowing before I can say, okay, here's some of my cup. Like, I gotta make sure that I got it before I can share it. I just learned over the years, like, bruh, cut it out. Stop putting yourself last. Self-care is very important, and you gotta make sure you check in with yourself first. Alright, number 5. Don't overextend yourself. This goes very hand in hand with number 4. Self-care and overextending yourself. I used to overextend myself a lot, and I had to realize, like,
You got this, that, and this, and that to do. Why are you trying to fit this, that, and that from somebody else's to-do list or somebody else's favor? Why are you trying to do favors when you know you can't do them?
Stop overextending yourself. Stop giving an olive branch out when you don't have one to give. That's definitely something that I was like, I gotta stop doing this. And that goes hand in hand with learning how to say no. Learning how to say no will change your life. It's not a mean word, it's a real word. And in real life, no is sometimes needed. Like, you have to learn how to say no. It's not always a yes. And if you have people around you that the one time you say no, now they feel like you never said yes, they gotta go. Get them out of here. Okay, so number 6. Relationships, meaning friendships, people that you meet in life, throughout your path in life, are very key in life. Building strong relationships is key. And I've never necessarily had an issue with this in my life because I've always known this. So this is not necessarily something that I wish that I knew when I was younger, but it's definitely something that I look back in retrospect and I say, like, I'm glad I wish I knew this when I was younger, because now that I'm older, I have relationships that I've cultivated over the years. Like, I'm 24 and there's people in my life that have been in my life for 10 plus years, so that's really amazing to have. Like, you don't want to burn bridges too easily. The minute someone pisses you off, you don't want to be like,
alright, well, I'm never going to talk to you again, bye.
You know, I've realized that God really places people in your life and on your path for very specific reasons. You do not want to one day down the line need that person and you decided to burn a bridge over something small. If it's over something small, lead with compassion, lead with love. understand that people make mistakes and no one is perfect. But if it's happened more than 2 or 3, 4 times, now it's not a mistake. They know what they were doing. But just understand that nobody's perfect. Nobody is gonna live life without making any mistakes, and understand that relationships at the end of the day are very, very, very important in life. You know, make sure you cultivate and
moisturize
your relationships. It's like how you moisturize and take care of your skin, moisturize your relationships. If you haven't checked in with your mentor for the past 2 months, hit him up, hit her up. If you haven't checked in with an old friend, hit them up, and don't be petty and say like, well,
they never hit me up.
girl. Compassion and love. Number 7, permanent versus temporary. There are people that are going to be in your life for the long run, and there are people that are going to be in your life for the short term, the long term, and the short term. You got to know how to differentiate the two. There's people that come in your life for a season, but they are not here to stay in your life forever. And this really goes hand in hand with when you meet somebody and you like them and they come in your life. A lot of times people come in your life to really serve a purpose. You have to really sit and think about where you are in life and what you've been asking God for, what you've been praying for. You know, what are the signs that you've been seeing over the past few weeks? What are some of the things that you have been noticing about yourself? What do you want? What have you know what I mean? Like, sit and ask yourself these questions, and when new people come in your life, you'll have a better understanding of why they're in your life. You know, when you get to know that person, you start to realize like, oh, this person is in my life because I asked God for this. I asked God to show me this, or allow me to grow in this area, or allow me to be better at this, and this person is like that. So you kind of put 2 together, you're like, yo, God really works in mysterious ways, because bruh, like, he really just put this person in my life to teach me how to be a better friend, teach me how to be a better sister, teach me how to be a better brother. You realize over time that people are in your life for a reason, or a season, for a lesson, or a blessing. I always say this. You just have to kind of, you know, take time out and differentiate the two. Becoming a better judge of character and just understanding and realizing like, okay, this person has served this purpose in my life, or I've served this purpose in this person's life, and now it's time for us to part ways. Maybe we'll conjoin again in the future, but as of right now, this is where it's at, and that's okay. Where are we at? Number 8. Number 8 is cultivating real friendships. Friendships are so important, okay? I need you guys to understand that your friend is gonna be there when you're crying, when you're laughing, when you're happy, when you're sad. If they're a real friend, they're gonna be there throughout the triumphs and the tribulations, and they're not gonna be biased. Don't have those friends that are yes girls and yes guys who just say yes to everything you do and say. Because how are you gonna grow? You have to be able to have people around you that are gonna tell you the truth. And I'm that friend. Like, I don't play. Like, you gonna hear this today, okay? I don't care if you want to hear it or not, but I'm saying it. And as long as you do your part as a friend, then what that person does with their decision and what they do is up to them. But it doesn't mean that you should stop being their friend necessarily, depending on what it is. But it doesn't mean you should stop being their friend because you gave them advice and they didn't take it and now they're like in a messed up situation. It doesn't mean that you should even go to that friend and try to like throw it in their face. That's not what you should do. You should lead with love and compassion. You see, it all goes back to love and compassion, because you don't want to be that I told you so friend. Like, that's annoying. Okay, first of all, like, all right, relax. Like, people are gonna live their life, people are gonna make their own decisions, and you have to live with that. Just like how you live your life and you make your own decisions, they gotta live with that. So you just, you gotta make sure you have the real ones around you, the people that are gonna tell you what's right and what's wrong, the people that are gonna tell you yes and no, people that are gonna always be there for you no matter what. And I think that a lot of times, especially in this generation, people don't really take friendships that serious. Like, everything is for Instagram, or everything is just for, for show. And it's not about having Instagram friends. It's not about having, you know, friends that are gonna look good in your pictures. Like, no, like you gotta have real friendships and real relationships. So learning how to cultivate real friendships is very, very key. And I wish I knew that when I was younger. And I say that because I had a friend who I was with friends for a long time, and we fell out, and we were friends like 11, 12 years. Like, that was like my best friend, and we fell out over something really stupid. And I want to say that we didn't really fall out, but we lost touch over, you know, lack of communication. But I think it was something that we could have worked out. And not to say that we won't ever be friends again, but we're just not where we used to be. So just make sure that you know, you check on your people and you cultivate real friendships that are gonna last forever. So number 9 should have probably been up there. Focus on your goals, not guys. This is really for all of my young girls out there. When we're in high school or in middle school, and you know, we have that like yearn for validation from guys, especially guys that we think are cute or guys that we like, or you know, whatever the hell, guys, and just in general. I do feel like a lot of times women do a lot of things and girls do a lot of things to impress guys, and I just want to tell you, like, don't. Don't. Boys are stupid. And I don't mean to say it like that, but they don't know what they want either. Like, especially if they're the same age as you, like, and you're younger, like, they're growing too. You know what I mean? So don't do anything to impress them. Like, don't chase guys. Let them chase you. And you chase your bag. You go out and chase your goals. Your goals are not gonna get up and like leave you unless you don't tend to them. I don't even know how I want to say this. Like, I think when I was younger, first of all, I had a boyfriend way too young. My first boyfriend was like in the 7th grade or 8th grade, and you guys probably like, girl, I got a boyfriend now, I'm in the 6th grade or something. Like, but honey, you don't need no boyfriend that young. I knew I didn't need a boyfriend that young, but I feel like all my friends had a boyfriend and all my friends were doing this, all my friends were doing that. But I realized that it made me distracted from my grades. It distracted me from what I needed to get done. It distracted me from my goals. And I think that throughout the years, I've had relationships that weren't so great. I've had relationships that didn't last, clearly. Y'all have seen my story time. I've had relationships that I could have done without, and I could have been focusing on the bigger picture. I could have been focusing on my goals. I probably could have been at 1 million subscribers by now if I was just focused on my goals. And I just think that now that I'm older, I've just really realized, like, guys are always gonna be there. They're always gonna be there, and they're always gonna be a distraction if you let them be a distraction. You have to set boundaries. You have to make sure that you're talking to someone that deserved your time, deserved your energy, and that understands that you have goals that you are trying to achieve. And if you're not on this train to help me get to that goal, then you don't need to be on this train. Like, if you're on this train and try to drag me backwards, like, you don't need to be on this train. You need to get off. So I think I've just realized over the years, like, I'm no longer interested in distractions. I'm interested in someone who's going to motivate me, someone who's going to push me, someone who's going to, you know, make sure that I'm getting what I need to get done. Someone that has ambition, someone that has goals of their own, because I will do the same for them. And I just want someone who's going to understand, like, I'm not always going to be able to talk to you all the time, and that's fine. You know, I'm not going to not communicate with you, but I'm not going to always be able to talk to you all the time, because right now my mind might not be as busy as I am going to be. And the reason I say that is because I know what kind of lifestyle I want to live. I know what kind of life I want to live. I know what kind of house I want. I know what kind of car I want. I know what kind of plane I want. I know what kind of yacht I want. Let's talk about it, okay? I know where my life is gonna be. I don't know when I'm gonna become successful, but I know that I will be successful, and I want you to understand that I'm gonna have to be busy in order to get to where I need to go. So I'm not gonna be able to lay up with you and talk to you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to be on the same page as me. Like, we both need to be grinding. We both need to be hustling. We both need to be getting to the money. So make sure that you focus on your goals and not guys. Okay? Number 10. Last but not least, live in the moment. I think that life is such a precious gift that we've all been allowed to live. We've all been privileged to be placed on this earth to live, and you want to just live in the moment. Someone told me earlier that they call it the present because it's a gift, and that is so true. Like, I guess I didn't really look at it like that, but it really is a gift to be able to be alive and to be able to be living and breathing and capable of creating change and making a change for whatever it is that you want in life. The fact that you're here, the fact that you are here right now, the fact that you are watching this video right now, the fact that you have the opportunity to go on YouTube and to watch something on a TV, on a phone, wherever you're watching this right now, take a second to just take in this moment and breathe in. And realize that you just breathed. You just took a breath. Realize that not everybody is able and capable right now of taking a breath. There's a lot of people out here dying. We all know this. There's a lot of people out here getting their lives taken from them. And you just want to make sure that you are not taking anything for granted. Don't take anything for granted, because life is so precious and it can be taken away at any moment. You take a moment of realization to understand and see, like, yo, I'm alive and I'm here. And whatever it is that I'm not happy with in my life, I have the opportunity to change it because I'm here, I'm breathing, I'm living. And you want to just enjoy as much as you possibly can each and every single second of the day, to say that you feel like you have lived a good life when you look back at it. You want to make sure that you have stories to tell your grandkids. You want to make sure that you have stories to tell your children. And you want to live life with no regrets. So just realize that no matter what happened in the past and no matter what is going to take place in the future, understand that you are here and you are here right now, and this is what matters right now. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It don't matter what's going to happen tomorrow. Live in the now, take in the now, and be grateful that you are here and you are alive and you are present right now. Alright, you guys, so that is it for my 10 things that I wish I knew when I was younger. I know that, you know, a lot of the things that I have on my list you guys probably can relate to, and you guys probably feel the same way. I encourage you, if you can, like, to make a video like this, or to just sit and think, write down. I have a journal. Write down what are some things that you wish you knew when you were younger. Leave me some comments down below and let me know what are some things that you wish that you knew when you were younger, and let me know if you related to anything on this list. Thank you guys so much for continuously supporting my channel and just for always being so positive on my channel. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.